Class 365s are a dual voltage electric multiple unit capable of running on the AC overhead wires and the third rail DC network. They were built by ABB at the Holgate Road carriage works in York between 1994 and 1995. Known as the Networker Express, they form part of the Networker family of trains, which includes the third rail Class 465 and Class 466s, and the diesel network turbos Classes 165 and 166. The first 16 units, numbered 365-501 to 365-516, were originally supplied with only DC shoe gear for operating on the 750 volt third rail system. They worked briefly for Network South East before the start of privatisation, when the South Eastern franchise was awarded to Connex. These units were eventually transferred to West Anglia Great Northern, and the third rail shoes and associated equipment were removed. A high-speed pantograph was then installed so they could operate under the wires. Although specified as a dual voltage unit, the Class 365s have never operated in this capability, only working via the DC third rail network or via the AC overhead lines. The next batch of 25 Class 365s, numbered 365-517 to 365-541, were delivered to Hornsey TMD to operate services on the East Coast Main Line from London King's Cross to Peterborough and King's Lynn. The first unit of this batch entered service with Network South East on the 9th of December 1996. All were included in the transfer of the franchise to West Anglia Great Northern in January 1997. The last unit was delivered in January 1998. All of the remaining units were transferred to the new franchise operator, First Capital Connect, in April 2016. A refurbishment program at Ilford EMU depot commenced in January 2014, which included a new front end which gave the refurbished units a distinctive new look. Later in 2014, the Class 365s began to receive Great Northern branding after they became part of the Govia Thameslink Railway franchise in September 2014. In March 2021, it was announced that Great Northern would be withdrawing all of the remaining Class 365s from service, with the final day of operation happening on the 15th of May 2021. The Class 465 and the Class 466 networkers are electric multiple units operating over the Third Rail DC network in southern England. The Class 465s were built by Metro Camel, British Rail Engineering Limited, BREL, and ABB Rail between 1991 and 1994, and replaced the Class 415 4EPB slam door units on the Southern. The first was delivered in December 1991 and carried Network South East livery and was branded as a Kent Link networker. These units are primarily used on suburban routes out of London Victoria, Charing Cross, Blackfriars and Cannon Street to destinations in South London and Kent. The networkers were operated by Network South East until privatisation in 1997, and then by Connex South Eastern until 2003, South Eastern Trains until 2006, and South Eastern to the present day. The Class 466s were built between 1993 and 1994 by Metro Camel in Washwood Heath for the Network South East sector of British Rail. They were built as two-car formations and were historically run as individual units on rural routes, primarily the Sheerness line between Sittingbourne and Sheerness, and on the Bromley North branch between Grove Park and Bromley North. However, owing to their non-compliance with accessibility standards, since the 1st of January 2021, they may only be run coupled to a Class 465. The networkers are now approaching 30 years old, and withdrawals of members of the class have already begun. It is unclear for how much longer they will remain in passenger service with South Eastern.